powerful day of insights. They say the only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. The world is constantly evolving, and every piece of news we hear is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more prepared for what's coming next. So let's not just watch the world unfold, let's take control, learn from it, and use it to fuel our own journey towards success. Today's news headlines are: NPCI extends market cap deadline for UPI apps. Bharat Pay to sell 25% stake in Unity Small Finance Bank. Pakistan has recently joined the United Nations Security Council as a temporary member. Transgender rights and related concerns. Third party audits for small city missions. Panchayat Se Parliament 2.0. News in detail. Today's first news is NPCI extends market cap deadline for UPI apps. What is NPCI? NPCI was established by RBA and Indian Banks Association under the provision of the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. And we'll also learn about what is TPAPs. TPAPs means third party app providers. They are entities that offer UPI based financial services through mobile apps or platforms, acting as intermediaries between users and banks. Please note that they are not a part of any bank or financial institutions. Coming to the news, recently the National Payments Corporation of India extended the deadline for TPAPs to comply with the 30% transaction cap on UPI transaction volumes till 31st December 2026. This decision impacts major TPAPs like PhonePe and Google Pay, which collectively holds over 80% of UPI transactions. To comply with the 30% cap, the TPAPs exceeding the limit must halt onboarding new customers. In November 2020, NPCI introduced a cap of 30% on UPI transaction volumes per TPAP to mitigate concentration risk and ensure a balanced ecosystem. However, the deadline was extended in December 2022. The cap is based on the average UPI transaction volume over the past 3 months, with existing TPAPs exceeding the cap given 2 years to comply in the phases. Our next big headline is Bharat Pay to sell 25% stake in Unity Small Finance Bank. Resilient Innovations, the parent company of Bharat Pay, is scouting for investors to sell up to 25% of its 49% stake in Unity Small Finance Bank. With this, it is aiming to raise anywhere around $800 million, dollars, said sources aware of this development. The move is in line with regulatory requirements to reduce its holding in the bank to 10% by 2029, irrespective of the listing Unity Finance Bank, said sources aware of the development. Our next big headline is Pakistan has recently joined the United Nations Security Council. On 1st January 2025, Pakistan joined the United Nations Security Council as a non permanent member. Pakistan, which was elected to the UNSC, will serve a 2 year term. Ambassador Munir Akram, Pakistan's top diplomat at the UN, has said that the Pakistani delegation will play an active and constructive role in addressing key challenges facing the world. The UNSC is one of the UN's most powerful bodies responsible for maintaining international peace and security. The UNSC has 15 members, 5 permanent and 10 non permanent. The permanent members are the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China, and they have veto power. Non permanent members are assigned regionally and rotate every 2 years. Our next headline is Transgender Rights and Related Concerns. Recently, Miss X versus State of Karnataka case 2024, the Karnataka High Court held transgender people can change their names and gender on birth certificates. Changing the name and gender on birth certificates of transgenders is explicitly permitted under the Transgender Persons Act 2019 and Transgenders Rules 2020. What are the key facts about Transgender Persons Act 2019? It defines transgender. Transgender person means someone whose gender does not match with the gender assigned to that person at birth. It clarifies terms like person with intergender gender variation and transgender person to include trans women and men regardless of surgery or therapy. It ensures there is a non discrimination, prohibits discrimination in education, employment, healthcare, and public facilities, and affirms rights to movement, property, and office. Certificate of Identity grants the right to self perceived gender identity and requires district magistrates to issue certificates without medical exams. Medical care ensures HIV surveillance, access to medical care, gender reassignment surgeries, and therapy with insurance coverage. National Council for Transgender Persons established to advise the government and address grievances. Offenses and penalties punishes offenses like forced labor, abuse, and denial of rights with imprisonment and fines. Our next big headline is Third Party Audits for Smart Cities Mission. Recently, a parliamentary standing committee on housing and urban affairs has called for third party assessment of projects under the Small Cities Mission. This is aimed at addressing gaps in implementation, especially in smaller cities. The objectives being promote efficient use of resources, green spaces, and environmental sustainability, ensure access to clean water, electricity, sanitation, healthcare, and public amenities, enhance governance through digital platforms, e governance, and citizen participation, provide affordable housing solutions, especially for economically weaker sections, improve public transport systems, and reduce congestion with smart traffic management, ensure the safety of citizens, particularly vulnerable groups, through surveillance and emergency services, create robust IT infrastructure for seamless access to services and information, develop model cities to showcase best practices for other cities to replicate. What's the need of third party audit for this smart cities mission? The first reason being assessment and transparency. Next is evidence based policy. Next is addressing disparities. Next is strengthening urban local bodies. And last being future planning and sustainability. Our next headline is Panchayat Se Parliament 2.0. Recently, the Panchayat Se Parliament 2.0 program was inaugurated by the Lok Sabha Speaker on 6th January 2025, commemorating the 150th birth anniversary of tribal leader Barsa Munda. The event witnessed the participation of 502 elected women representatives from scheduled tribes across India. Panchayat Se Parliament 2.0 program creates awareness among women and empowers initiative to enhance understanding of constitutional and democratic values. Organized by the National Commission of Women and Lok Sabha Secretariat in collaboration with the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. The objective of this program is to empower elected women representatives from diverse backgrounds in panchayats and urban local bodies by providing them insights into constitutional provisions, parliamentary procedures, and governance. That's all for today's news. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on these stories. Your feedback helps us to bring you the news that matters most. Thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate your time and support.